Parashat Shemot, 9th of January 2026. Team Women Saving the Nation. The Women's Commentary, page 305, states the four prominent themes appear in Parashat Shemot. Firstly, the fertility of Israel. Secondly, the oppression suffered by the Israelites. Thirdly, God's decision to intervene and the history. And fourthly, the role of women in saving the nation. I should like to focus on the fourth theme, as the infancy narratives of Matthew and Luke are still fresh in our minds. We cannot but think of another king wanting to get rid of the baby boys because of the threat to his position, namely Herod. In Matthew's account, an angel messenger of God warned Joseph about the threat to Jesus and, ironically, takes Mary and Jesus to Egypt. Matthew placed the story's account as a reminder to Jews of the great prophet leader Moses, who said, "The Lord said to me, they have spoken well. I will raise up a prophet from among their countrymen, who will be like you. I will place my words in his mouth, and he will tell them all that I command him." Jeshua, about whom Matthew writes, is a great prophet, the new Moses. Moses also saved in Egypt by ingenuity of his mother and sister, not named here, who float him in a basket on the river Nile, where the Egyptian princess, also unnamed, saves him and brings him up as her son. So far we have counted 3 women. The next women were unnamed, or the midwives, Shiphrah and Puah, who disobey Pharaoh's commands to kill the boys born of Israelite women. They are described as God-fearing women. I note that all 5 women so far have been disobedient to the laws of authority, but obedient to God's law of preservation of life. It is such a tragedy that this has not been the norm throughout history. I note what I wrote previously. The Women's Commentary, page 157, states concerning Parashat Bayit that Genesis acknowledges that conception ensues from sexual relationship or sexual relations, but that the subtext for the female journey cycle indicates that a success requires not only intimacy between the man and the woman, but also between the woman and God. I conclude that to preserve a life in any way, especially that of children, is the measure of a woman's closeness to God the Creator. The Women's Commentary on the same page 305 points out the connection of the first fertility of Israel and fourth theme to a pervasive theme in the Bible, namely women saving the nation. Examples are the stories of the matriarchs in Genesis 12 to 35, the account of Tamar in Genesis 38, and the book of Ruth. A mysterious incident takes place in Genesis 4, verse 24, and I offer the note given in the New Catholic Bible. The Lord came and tried to kill Moses. The reference may be to an incident similar to the described in Genesis chapter 32, verse 25 to 33. Jacob wrestling with God. Moses' wife circumcises the boy Gershon, and with his foreskin touches the feet, the genitals of Moses. This seems intended as a rite that replaced circumcision, which Moses had not undergone. Spouse of blood perhaps signifies protected by the blood Moses is now a true Israelite, once again saved by a woman. For reflection and discussion, have you experiences of being saved by a woman? As a woman, how have you saved?